Damn. I almost nearly got a copyright claim right there. So, yeah, today we're going to be talking about the state of PlayStation, or state of play. I was a little bit late to this, but because I was celebrating Mario Day, a few, last week, I actually didn't have much incentive to, talk about PlayStation current events. But I promised I would play this in my Mario Day stream, but I missed the last date, so I'm sorry for that. So today, we'll be talking about, news about how Sony is allegedly, like, leaving Japanese gamers in the dark. Wait. In the last few years, like, ever since the launch of the PS4, so I can only play desert levels. How many desert levels are there in the game? One. Cheese Line is Cheese Line Desert. 3. There aren't that many desert courses, but we're just gonna do random. So it has been announced that Sony might close their Tokyo studio, like Sony Interactive Entertainment, which is now headquartered in California, by the way. Ever since it's been headquartered in California, there's been more strict censorship. But as soon as that PS5 came out, by the time PS5 came out, it became draconian. Like, as a result, PlayStation 5, I'm my second place. Draconian PlayStation 5. I heard that they can now monitor your Twitter account, and if you get banned on Twitter, you might get simultaneously banned on PSN as well. That's what I think. But ever since, despite Ghost of Tsushima taking place in Japan, it was actually developed by a Western studio. And because of this, there's just, that's why Sony promotes this game. Not just that, but they forced Atlas to make changes to the Western version of Persona 5 Royal. Because SJWs weren't happy with it on Twitter. Those SJW crybabies on Twitter. They're not willing to, so they touched Persona 5. Now, as a result, I'm going to try to import the Japanese version, which is uncensored. Not importing it for the voices, but probably because I want to play the game the way it was intended. Not touched by those California SJWs. Now, people keep saying that progressivism is a trend or something, but in reality, it is actually a dangerous precedent towards communism. So, and what Sony's doing to Japanese games is exactly like what China did to Animal Crossing and games that they deem offensive. Like, we're doing Cheese Land. Okay, and not just that, but the name PlayStation Studios sounds kind of lame. Like, they tried to make sure that they sound somewhat reputable, but in the end, you don't look reputable. You just end up looking foolish. Because you end up looking foolish. because you have games like Demon Souls Remake, which is actually Upred's PS3 game, and it was actually not made by Atlas. It was developed by Sony, marketed by Sony, and stuff. Now, there are some statistics that most console game sales in Japan now are on the Nintendo Switch. It's possibly because there's like malice style censorship on the PS4 and PS5. Also, let's just say the PS5 launch added more salt to the wound. And Kotaku added like even more salt to the wound. If I know my pH, oh come on. If I know my pH scale correctly, I used my super horn. That's a rare item actually. So I'll get hit by a blue shell or lightning. But anyways, Sony has become too Western-centric. Like for example, when the PS5 was announced amid riots back in June, I mean the real announcement back in June, they only use specific time zone regardless of where you live. Like, let's say you live in Eastern time, they'll say Pacific time. Even if you're in Japan, they will say Pacific time, which is really pointless because if you know anything between Pacific Daylight Time and Japanese time, it's like 16, 17 hours. And it's just very pointless. Because just use your local time zone. It would be much better for you, it would be much better for everyone. But forcing everyone to specific time for the announcement is just... It's like if you force everyone in the United States to use one time zone, like China did with Mao Zedong in 1950. Like China historically had 5 or 6 time zones, but under Mao Zedong's control, it was reduced to one time zone, regardless of where you are in China. If you're in Xinjiang, nope, you have to use Beijing's time. Tibet, Beijing's time. Manchuria, Beijing's time. Sichuan, Beijing's time. And the problem is, all Chinese-speaking territories like Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, they use the same time zone as mainland China, so that is actually perfect for like a military attack or something. Like, honestly. And the demographic where I see people play PS5 is actually, mostly those who just play the same sports games every year. The same sports games, the same first-person shooters, the same like PS3, the same, and those first-party exclusives that are actually $70. Now, Final Fantasy VII Remake will cost $69 on PS5, and when the Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS4 came out back then, I thought I was gonna get a port to the PC, but no. Square Enix is literally bought out by Sony. Now, also, what is the downsizing of the Tokyo studio Sony Interactive Entertainment have to do with Nihon Falcom, my favorite developer. I think it's time for Nihon Falcom to move to another platform, like Nintendo Switch or PC. After all, they want all their games on the computer or something, so... Wait, now Yeast 9 is a console exclusive, so, it is just not as, feasible. And given that the Yeast 8 port was a mess for the first 2 years, I'm careful, you show on me. I mean, and Sony has finally decided to unlock the SSD expansion, which should have been done at launch, by the way. Because you know PS5 games are usually 50, 100 gigs. And the SSD capacity is actually a worship of the devil. Like, PS5. I have nothing else good to say about PS5 other than the supposed 99% compatibility with PS4 games. Now, the other console in the room is the Xbox Series X/S, but there are many reasons why it's better than the PS5. First of all, yes, the backward compatibility does not apply for every game, but at least you get to play games from all generations of Xbox, whether it be the Xbox original, the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and the Xbox Series X/S. I know people who bought Xbox Series X just to play Sonic Unleashed, which is a 2008 game that struggles to run on the 360 and Xbox One, but runs perfectly on the Series X/S. Also, when you talk about Xbox games, you have the Xbox Game Pass, which is very nice because Xbox Game Pass lets you... It's really flexible. You can play your games on Windows, you can play them on an Xbox, play them on your phone, you can stream it from your phone, from Microsoft servers to your phones. Not that I really trust it, though. You can literally play anywhere. But Xbox can also do remote play like PlayStation. So you can stream straight from your console to your phone. Or your Windows PC. Also, the Xbox Series X can play CDs. Really important because not all music's on Spotify, and given the fact that Spotify removed the majority of the K-pop catalog, I'm not sure how things are nowadays. But I recently canceled my Spotify subscription because I just don't like the direction that it's going. It's just so, and that's all I have to say for today. Now, be on the lookout on the 17th, which is this Wednesday. I'll be doing a stream at 10:45, and it's about this game. This game does not unlock until 11 a.m. On Wednesday, Eastern time, of course. And I'm going to try to be the first one who plays this game too. So, see you around, everyone.